Nugzz crew back with another how-to video. Let's get into this quickly because this is kind of the same old, same old. It's a quick DMO. We have videos on how to DMO, and we're dropping specifically the two modded interior files, aka Stripclub cars, the ones that you can put modded interiors on. So it's your normal DMO process. The only difference is you have to pick them up in the public session they drop in, and you can't have the same plates and you can't have Blankton's. And the headlights, for some reason, they don't go. So you end up with stock headlights that you have to go change. So let's go ahead, get through the normal DMO process and show you that they're not in the garage menu to spawn like the normal 21 DMO cars. These are the two Stripclub cars that kind of act like NPC cars that just load in as soon as you hit money. So you'll see where they are. Okay, they're right there. And notice they do not have the same plates on them. I've got Nugzz YT and Buy Nugzz, right? If you do Blanktons, they'll break. If you do the same plates, they'll break. And if you use a Schwarzer, you can actually see the interior. You see we got a white and a pink. So these are street cars that you can just drive in. You can obviously do GCTF cars, but it's a little bit easier if you like plan ahead, right? You can just go ahead and grab these, and since you don't want to get griefed in a public, it may be easier for you to drop strip club cars on street cars and drive them in and then go merge them to whatever you want. But if you want to save yourself that process and just do the GCTF process in the public session, I would probably avoid weaponized vehicles because you know there's always a troll chance that someone comes and tries to blow up your vehicles, right? So take all of this into consideration when doing this, and you're obviously going to have a third person because you take your eyes off these strip club cars. So I'm going to run over here. We're in a public session now. I'm going to stay on the alert just to make sure. Okay, they're here. And now I'm going to tell my helper or my C3 to join. Right, my C1's dropping, my C2 is in there. Now we need a C3 or a helper. So I'm going to send Dutch an invite unless he gets in here. So I'm going to give it a little bit, and if he doesn't get in quickly, I'm going to send him an invite. And I'm not going to take my eyes off these cards. I'm going to not let that cinematic camera roam around because even sometimes that cinematic camera turning away from the cars will get them to despawn. So you really need to keep your eyes on these two cars at this point. Have someone within close vicinity. I'm going to send an invite to Dutch really quick. And let's wait on Dutch to get in here. And then he's just going to grab these. And being that these are street cars, I can just drive them in, right? No biggie. So, but we're still going to kind of go through the process. And we're going to drive up to Spanish Ave. And I'm going to show you that you still have to sit up there with one person watching them. And then you're going to need, obviously, maybe my C1 and my C2 to get glitched out while Dutch or my helper is watching the cars so they don't despawn. And I would probably suggest going passive, right? If you're not in a weaponized vehicle, I would strongly suggest going passive so nobody can grief you. Remember, this is a public session. Thankfully, we're in a public solo right now, but no big deal, right? So go ahead, go passive. He's going to go passive. We're going to take a drive right up to good old Spanish Ave, and we're gonna act like we're getting set up for GCTF for the people that are dropping cars that need to be GCTF'd. If you're dropping street cars that you're gonna merge to something else. And remember, a big pro tip here: every car will hold an interior even if it doesn't show the interior. So you could put an interior on a Buffalo and then turn around and merge that Buffalo onto a car with interior and still have unselected interior. Just good pro tip there, guys. And if you're that worried about your headlights, go over to the car meet or the arena workshop, whichever one. drive it in, change your headlights, call it good. So he's going to pull up behind me. This is where you would park the cars, or under the pink building across the street, or in the alley in the back around the corner there. And this is where you would GCTF from, as long as he's sitting right there watching both cars. Now, since we have street cars, I'm just going to go ahead and drive him in. He's going to be outside with that, and I'll just turn around and grab that. But that's basically it, guys. So I hope this helps. Like, subscribe, comment, and share. Nugzz Crew is out.